Okay, so we are, it says we're live, but I think we're just recording.
Whatever.
I know, it's trying to get your head around sort of tech. So yeah, I think we're recording this rather than going live anywhere. But hey ho, you never know where we might be. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't happen.
I know. So thank you, Susan, for accepting my invite to be interviewed. And you, of course, came on my live online decluttering retreat day recently.
Yeah.
And exciting, wasn't it? So I've got some questions pre-planned. I'm not an avid sort of interviewer. I don't think I'll ever be on the TV, but here goes. I'll give it my sort of best shot. So my first question is, why did you want to attend the live online decluttering retreat day? So was it for physical or digital, emotional clutter? How was that making you feel? And what was it stopping you from doing?
I have been very fortunate in that I've inherited my mother's house, and it's full of my parents' stuff, and it's now full of my stuff. And it's a lovely house, and I'm very lucky it's got loads of space because there's lots of places I can put stuff and then shut the door and still have plenty to live in, which is, I think, pretty lethal in terms of collecting clutter. So
you fill that space.
Yeah, you just fill it. It's just, it's like the rubble drawer in the kitchen. It's always full. So I actually created a very nice yoga room, which was also a spare bedroom, but obviously the spare bedroom doesn't get used that much. So it was my yoga room, and my yoga room had rapidly become a dumping ground for clothes. So all the winter clothes went in there, and then everything else went in there. We're in the process of redecorating a bedroom and moving into that bedroom, and so we're kind of between two bedrooms and we don't have very much storage space at the moment. So everything got dumped in my poor yoga room, and there's no way you can do yoga in there at the moment.
I was going to say, can you do yoga in there?
No,
I'm guessing not.
No, you can barely see the floor. So that was my big priority, was to get that sorted. I have got a ridiculous collection of t-shirts.
Yes. You like your t-shirts?
I do like my t-shirts. I like my funky t-shirts with silly I just like having a t-shirt I can pick up and I know it's clean, because I've got loads of spare ones.
Yeah.
But it did get a bit out of hand. The classic thing, I t-shirts in Asda, and you can't just buy one t-shirt. One t-shirt is £4.50. Two t-shirts are £6. So why would you not have two t-shirts? So then the clutter situation was kind of magnified.
Do you know how many t-shirts you have?
I have no idea, and I don't want to know either. I did throw a lot out. I gave a lot away. But yeah.
So you sorted a lot of those out on the day?
I did. I mainly sorted jumpers and trousers.
Yeah.
And again, I had a ridiculous number of pairs of black leggings, quite a few of which had holes in. And that was another thing that was driving me crazy, was I would pick up a pair of leggings, they had holes in. I'd pick up another pair, they'd have holes in.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really matter, but you don't need to wear things with holes in them. Why should you?
No, exactly, and not when you've got plenty and to choose from. You want to feel good in your leggings, whether you're going anywhere or just being at home. But actually, wearing stuff, whether you're going anywhere or not, makes you feel good. And if holes makes you feel rubbish, then
I mean, I know that holes, ripped knees are kind of trendy, but I'm kind of too old for that. So
yeah,
no, not going to go there.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I really want to be able to see the whole floor yoga room. I'll clear out the old furniture that's in there, and I would like to make it into a really nice yoga room and spare bedroom as well. So that was my
yoga again.
and do yoga in it again. Yeah.
And a nice room for...
Yeah, that was my goal for the day.
Okay.
A nice room for guests, a nice extra spare bedroom. Yeah.
Okay.
All of that.
Brilliant.
And also for me to start claiming the house as my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm still living on top of my parents.
Yeah, and there's comes with that is the loss of your mum, and that kind of that grief that goes with it, as well, and memories, when you find stuff to do with your mum.
Yeah, memories, and that feeling that when you throw something out, that you're throwing them out.
Yeah,
which of course isn't true.
No, exactly. But we give so much power to stuff, don't we?
We do. There's a couple of things I've thrown out in the past couple of weeks, and I've kind of gone, oh, that was Mum's favourite, or she was very good at tapestry.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm just not interested in tapestry in the slightest way. So I'm putting some of it, putting the really nice pieces she did in the spare bedroom, not the yoga room.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple
of
bits
there's ways of keeping something to honour your mum, whether it goes on the wall or just in a little treasure box. We just don't need to keep everything that they had.
Yeah.
And especially if it's not our thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so shall I ask you the next question?
Go on then.
Okay, so how did you feel at the end of the day? What did you achieve? And how you felt changed?
It was hard work. I was exhausted at the end of the day. I really was.
Was it worth it?
It was great. Oh yeah, definitely. I had 5 big bags to the shop of clothes that are recyclable.
Yeah.
And then I had a big bag of clothes that I took to Oxfam because they actually kind of shred stuff and use it for stuffing for things. Yeah. So for clothes that are not usable, like the leggings with all holes in them, in a separate bag. So yeah, that was great. It was a really good feeling. It was very satisfying.
Yeah. And I think if we can keep things out of landfill, whether they're using it for, redoing it, or, somebody else buying it and wearing it through the charity shop,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of charity shops.
Yeah.
And we have great charity shops. Yeah. It's really fun to go in and get a bargain. I got a bargain coat last year that was, I think it was £7.50. And if I'd bought it new, it would have been £350. And I actually felt really guilty about it. It's like, maybe I should do a donation. But so charity shops are great fun. So it's really nice to be able to help
buy from them, or
buy from
donate to them. Yeah. Okay, so what did you think of the actual day and how it was sort of planned and run, and what we were doing in between your time off sort of decluttering? How did that work for you?
It worked really well. I've done decluttering with a professional declutterer. It's basically breathing down my neck the whole day.
I didn't quite do that, did I?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just basically gave us ideas, gave us some sort of instructions, and then sent us off running. I've also done decluttering with a friend, and we nearly fell out permanently.
We haven't done that, have we?
We didn't, no. The fact that you just kind of gave us some ideas, gave us some encouragement, gave us some exercises to do, and some of the mental decluttering, because there's a surprising amount of mental decluttering that has to happen first. Yeah. And then just letting us go off and get on with it. Yeah. And then bringing us back in. So I was getting to do it by myself. So there was nobody for me to fall out with except for myself, which I did a couple of times. But just doing it and then coming back to the group and saying, okay, what happened? How did it feel like? And then doing the tapping exercises was great.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you familiar with EFT tapping? And
yes, I actually do tapping as well. It's
right.
So I knew about it. It's funny how you forget about it when you need to do it on yourself.
It's quite different being guided through an EFT session to actually doing it on yourself. Yes, in theory, you can do it on yourself, but
you can, but it's much better to do it with somebody else.
Yeah, it's a bit like reflexology, or some parts of massage. You can massage yourself, obviously not full body or your back, but you can actually sort of maybe your shoulders, or you could actually do reflexology on your own feet because you can reach, but it's not the same as somebody working with you and on you, is it?
Yeah, and I think the difficulty with things like tapping is that it's very easy for you to kid yourself.
Yes.
Whereas when somebody else is doing it and taking you through it, you kind of don't have that space to kid yourself.
You can't hide.
Can't hide, no.
Somebody's going to call you out on stuff, or it just feels people can see your blind spots, when you work with
they're called blind spots for a reason.
Yeah.
So that worked really well, and I was surprised how well it worked, but then when I think about it, it does make perfect sense.
Yeah.
To just do the work, then go off and do the physical work, and then come back and do the mind work.
I think also when you're working with somebody with the EFT, you don't have to think, what to kind of tap on.
Yeah.
You can kind of get into the energy and tap and clear it, whereas as opposed to being the practitioner as well as the client on yourself.
Which bit am I tapping on now? And it was great for somebody else to take over.
Yeah, and see your blind spots.
Guessing. Yeah, that was really good.
Okay, what's my next question? Let's have a look. What would you say was the thing that made the real difference to you in terms of the actual day? Was it the being in a group, the EFT, or the accountability, the check-ins? What would you say was the main thing that actually helped you?
I think all of that, but for me, it was the accountability.
Yeah.
I kept saying, I must go and sort that room out. I must go and sort that room out. But other things would come up. Yeah. And, we all live busy lives. There's always more interesting things to do than clutter clear the spare bedroom. So the accountability of, once I had said, yes, I'm doing this, then I had to do it.
And as opposed to, say, doing it with a friend or a professional organizer, you've not got the stress or the fallout of the rows that.
Yeah, I found doing it with a professional organizer who was also a friend, to be honest. She was just setting a business up and she needed some case studies. I just found that too high pressure.
Yes.
I did feel like there was somebody breathing down my neck.
But this wasn't as high pressure.
It wasn't nearly as high pressure because we just got on with it ourselves.
But we had the EFT and the check-ins and the accountability.
So we had to check in, and there was a certain level of, well, I have to be able to say that I've done something, so I better do it. But there wasn't that pressure of, are you keeping that out? Are you throwing it out? Keep that. That's rubbish. Throw it out.
It wasn't as stressful.
And really, really hard. And then doing it with a friend who's an absolute neat freak. And I love her bits, but oh my God, you walk into her house and it doesn't look like anybody lives there. And my house is not like that.
And some of us don't want a house to live in a house like that.
Really, I mean, I do admire her house. It's
yeah.
I'm slightly jealous of her that she can do this. I'm just rubbish. However, she doesn't work. So, and she doesn't have animals. So I have to give her that as well.
Yeah, I couldn't live without my animals, as much as they cause, clutter and,
I'd rather my house look cozy and lived in, and that friends felt it was okay to come in and slump.
And not be
not
so much not be a show house, but a show house where it says actually, you know, don't stand on the grass and don't sit on the furniture, and you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. At one point, she used to, if you were sitting down and you stood up, she'd plump the cushions up behind you. And eventually I called her on that and went, that's so unfriendly, unhospitable. And she went, oh, I think she's slightly on the spectrum, but we won't go there. But but that was a nightmare because she expected me to be able to do what she could do.
Yes.
And she expected me to basically, oh, well, that's an ugly jumper, throw it out. And I was like, oh, it's my favourite warm jumper for walking the dog in. So we ended up falling out.
Yeah, and she wouldn't understand that.
No.
And I suppose the decluttering day, nobody was judging what you were doing or what you were keeping or getting rid of. You know, there was a lack of judgment wasn't part of it.
Which was great.
Sorry?
Nobody could really see what chaos you were living in. But that was actually the other thing that was really helpful, was actually hearing other people say, yeah, this room's a disaster area.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh, thank God.
And you also had the choice whether you kept the camera on or turned the camera off.
Yeah. But just knowing that there are other people who are challenged by clutter is really quite comforting.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got one final question, and that is, what would you say to another business owner wondering about attending a live online decluttering retreat day?
Oh, just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Sign up for it.
And just do it.
It's for me, it's the accountability and making the commitment that you're going to do it.
Yeah. I think also sometimes that once you've set that attention, once you've decided that you're doing it, you've booked the session, you've paid for it, your subconscious mind starts to, even if you're not really sort of aware, you've set the wheels in motion.
Yeah. And there was no distracting at that point because I'd said I was going to do it. So, a friend phoned up and said, we're going off to the Perch for breakfast. Do you want to come? And it was like, no, I'm decluttering. And normally, if I'd had it in my head that I would be decluttering, but I got distracted, then it would be, oh yeah, let's do that instead. It's much more fun.
Yeah, and procrastinate over the decluttering. But because you'd made a commitment, booked it, paid for it, then
it's the commitment and it's the accountability that I think is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, it's fascinating how powerful it is, really, isn't it?
But let me tell you something else really interesting.
Go on.
So everybody says you should be clutter clearing, and that helps improve abundance.
Go on.
2 days after the clutter clearing day, I got a completely out of the blue, totally unexpected cheque for £6,000.
Really? Wow. I need to change the title on this live.
It was bizarre. It was an insurance policy that I must have got taken out 30 years ago. I had no memory of it. When the check came in, and it was like, oh yeah. But yeah,
30 years ago. Wow.
Was it a coincidence? I don't know, but the timing
was
matter.
I don't.
No, I'll just
exactly.
I will just assume that clutter clearing creates abundance, and I'm in the process now of clutter clearing the dining room, which has become the downstairs dumping ground.
Yeah,
and
because you need to keep going. It's not something that well, the more clutter you have, the more more time you need to spend. And
I think you need to do layers as well. That's the thing I've discovered. That the first time you're throwing stuff out and you're kind of going, oh, well, that might come in handy one day, and then you think, I haven't actually looked at that for 3 years.
Yeah. Or 30.
Or 30 years.
Yeah, I noticed you're 30 years married this year.
Yes.
So are we.
Yeah.
We're August. And you do have a lot of stuff when you've been with somebody, a long time, even when you haven't been with somebody a long time, but or in the same house for a long time.
Well, my problem is that my parents lived in this house for 40 years.
Right.
So there's all of their stuff. And my dad was not good at throwing stuff out. I wouldn't say he was a hoarder. And he was also very creative about using stuff.
Yeah.
But we always used to tease him about his bits of stick in the garage.
Yeah. And hoarding is a different thing to, just, not decluttering. Oh, sorry, the dog's going to bark now for some reason.
Right.
Oh, somebody collected something.
He's a bit deaf.
All right. Well, I've got a deaf one as well. A deaf one with one eye.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that clutter, your parents' clutter, your clutter, and this applies to, all of us, and, whoever's watching. It didn't just appear overnight.
No.
It takes time to, whether it's, 40 years, your parents, or 30 years, yourself.
Yeah. It does take time to accumulate. And I
And
think the worst of it is if you've got a room that you can put it in.
Yeah.
Because then you put it in the room and then you forget about it.
Because you don't have to make that decision on it.
Yeah. And then you kind of go, oh, I need and you go and buy one. And then you
can't find it, or you forgot what you've done with it.
In the dining room.
Yeah.
I found on Friday and Saturday, we decluttered the dining room, and I found 4 radios. One of which I had in school.
Wow.
Still there.
But that was still in your mum and dad's house. It's now yours.
Yes.
And your mum had not got rid of it.
No, it's a perfectly good radio. It still works.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was one of them with a broken handle. Mm-hmm. And I said, put that in the electronics spot. We've got an electronics dump in the town, so we can go and put all of the electronics there.
Oh, you meant in your house, an electronic dump.
We pretty much have an electronics dump in the house because my bloody husband
like a junk drawer.
I can fix that. He says, it's like, you don't need to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need 4 radios anymore. We've got, apart from anything else, we've got Alexa. So
yeah, we move on, but sometimes we don't move on sort of energetically.
So yeah, we had a few words about, no, you do not need to fix that radio.
Yeah, I cleared our conservatory last week and found a remote, aerials, and for a TV that we don't have in the conservatory because the teenagers are not here anymore most of the time, and teenager, you don't. It's always like you don't need a a second TV or a third or fourth because the youngsters watch it on the laptops or whatever. Even I watch if I'm catching up on Coronation Street, or I want to sit in the lounge with my husband. He'll watch whatever he wants to watch, and I only watch Coronation Street. I don't watch very much. That is my guilty pleasure. But I'll sit in the lounge to be with him, and but watch it on my laptop.
Yeah.
And the TV that was in the conservatory is gone a long time. But there we had, all these aerials and the cable and phone stuff and a remote control for something that I'm not even sure what it is. But we haven't got the thing.
I found about 6 remote controls in the dining room on Friday. I also found my father's collection of mobile phones.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he was on some contract where they sent you a new one every couple of years.
Right.
But he just kept the old ones.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually got my mum's from...
Yeah, a few of those. I think we found 2 of those.
I do actually use this one, funnily enough.
Yeah.
At the moment, I can't find the charger. But
my dad... I can find you a charger.
My dad took it over. And when my mum died, and that's almost 15 years ago. And then when he was struggling to, before he died with the numbers, obviously he'd run up a very big bill phoning his girlfriend in hospital to Ireland. So we got him. So because of that, I put an international SIM in this one, and we got him one with big numbers. As it so happened, he passed away probably about 6 months after that. But I then used this to organise the funeral,
Mm.
because the funeral was in Ireland, and phone family. And because I put an international SIM in it, it was like costing me, you know, a penny to phone Ireland, 2p if it was for a landline, or 2p a minute if it was a mobile. And I've kept it going for those times where, you know, I want to make, you know, international phone calls and not on the landline, our landline.
Yeah.
Or, you know, times when I'm like waiting for my daughter to, she's away now, but like, you know, when I was waiting for her to come out of gymnastics or something, just like you might phone somebody, you know, on your normal mobile, which I don't want to do because, you know, I incur cost. But if I want to phone my aunt in America, you know, and I knew I was gonna have to wait for, you know, Siobhan or Kieran coming out of Scouts or whatever, I'd bring my international phone, but I don't have 3 million of these. But I can't find the charger at the moment to phone my aunt.
I mean, it is funny. Throwing stuff like that away feels wrong because it was expensive in the first place.
Yes.
And it's a piece of technology. And I don't know, maybe it's an age thing that technology feels valuable. But the fact is, none of these phones work. I don't know where most. I'm sure if I did search properly, I could find the chargers, because I'm pretty sure my dad didn't throw the chargers out either.
Well, let me know if you've got a charger for that.
What is it? A Nokia something or other?
Nokia, I don't know what it is. Yeah, just a Nokia. But
I might well have.
my husband's probably got a charger if I ask, because he keeps everything.
Yeah.
You know,
it's infuriating that everything has different chargers. Yes,
exactly. I mean, it probably will, you know, sort of turn up. I think because I don't use it very often these days. You know, I was using it a lot, you know, after my dad died, A, organising the funeral, and B, you know, just phoning, you know, friends and family abroad.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just get busy, and, you know, you're not keep in touch with people like you'd like to, you know.
Well, and there's other ways of keeping in touch now as well.
Well, yes, there is. Exactly, which I'm probably using more of, say,
on Messenger now, so
you know, of WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You know, using WhatsApp to phone.
Yeah. WhatsApp, FaceTime, Messenger. So it doesn't really matter where they are.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, we found a lot of interesting stuff on Friday and Saturday as well. So I've definitely got the decluttering bug.
Yeah, brilliant. And I love your, you know, the story of your, you know, £6,000 check.
Just incredible. I mean, it was, I opened this envelope. I thought, what's this rubbish? It looks like junk mail.
Yes.
And Jonathan's looking at me going, what? I was like, I've got a check for £6,000. He's going, what?
And did he connect the decluttering day?
No, he doesn't believe in that stuff.
He doesn't believe. No. It's
like, well, decluttering stuff works.
Yeah, coincidence or not, we don't really care whether, you know.
It doesn't matter.
No, but it's very interesting though that it appears to happen. You know, and you're not the only one. You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was very bizarre.
Okay,
very
so
nice,
sorry.
Very nice, bizarre.
Well, yes, exactly. I hope you're going to treat yourself, you know, because you worked hard on decluttering day, so you deserve to, you know, okay, maybe not buy t-shirts, but buy something really nice.
I'm not buying any more t-shirts.
Right. Okay, we're going to finish recording in a minute. Just before I do, thank you very much for coming on and talking to me. And I just want to let viewers know that there's another decluttering day coming up too this weekend, Friday again, and Sunday. So 30th of June on the Friday and 2nd of July on the Sunday. And I shall put the links in the comments for anybody who would like to sign up. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to do it. Thank you. I'm going to end the recording now.